Hey everybody, welcome back to Scape. And today what I'm actually going to do for you guys is I have 12 Aventus inspired fragrances. Actually, one is actually Creed Aventus, but I'm actually going to go through all of my fragrances and let you know which one is my favorite from the bunch. But this is actually going to be a two-part video. So what I'm going to do first is that I'm going to I have a couple dupes of Creed Aventus, so I'm actually going to put those as part one. Is going to be a head-to-head of all those fragrances against Aventus and which one is the closest, which one smells better, or if you should pick them up. So that's going to be part one. Part two is going to be a little bit different. What I'm going to go through is I'm going to go through all the fragrances and let you know the differences between all those fragrances, and pretty much if it's something that you should get or not, if they smell good, if they don't, and also if it's something that I'll let you know what I get out of it as far as my take. And if it's something that you're probably interested in getting, then you'll have more information and be able to make a wiser decision. So guys, stay tuned and let's see what we have for these fragrances.
Yeah. Welcome to the Scape, where the no don't lie. Yeah. Step into the Scape, breathe game in the air. From the cheapies on the shelf to that niche red flare. No cap, no hype, just facts when I spray. If it's fire, I say it. If it's trash, same way. Top notes hitting first like a punch in the face. Mid notes tell the story, base leave a trace. Longevity check, projection on.
All right, guys. So what I did is I went ahead and probably like 45 minutes ago, I went ahead and sprayed all of the fragrances on a test strip so I can get the dry down, because having the opening is only one facet of it. And also knowing the dry down, this is what you're going to actually smell whenever you're out and everything out and about, because nobody really gets the opening except for when you first spray it. By the time you get to where you're going, it's probably going to be about 20-30 minutes. So that's when you get more into the dry down. So that's what I'm going to pretty much, I sprayed all of those 45 minutes ago, and I'll let you know what is the opening of those fragrances compared to the dry down. And I'm comparing these to the original Creed Aventus. So guys, all right, I'm going to start off with the first one. And I'm going to, in fact, you know what? I'm going to actually go from the lowest price fragrance as far as my purchase price and what you can get it for to the most expensive one. So I'm going to start off with the first one. All right, so I'm going to be putting head to head is going to be Aventus the original against one that I paid $2.99 for. I bought this at CVS. I saw they had a couple clones bottle lookalikes and everything. They were $3, like $2.99. So, you know, as a frag head, I had to try them out and everything and see how they are. So this is actually supposed to be a dupe of Creed Aventus, but they kind of messed up with the cap. And this is an armoire cap. So I don't know what they were thinking on that one, but it's an armoire looking bottle with the Aventus logo on there. Well, Aventus tried to be Aventus logo. So this one is called Aventuro, and this one is from Lafua fragrance, I think it is. Yeah, Lafua Parfum. So this is a 25 ml, and this is actually an eau de parfum concentration. So this one, I have worn it a few times. Let me see how much juice I have in there if I can see it. So it's kind of hard to see, but the juice is probably right down here. I have worn this a few times. I've worn this mostly to the gym and everything, because especially if it's a short day to the gym that I'm trying to go out there and probably not spend more than an hour. I don't want to spray something that is too expensive or something that's also too loud. So I would spray these little ones and everything, especially this one. I did use this one up quite a bit. And I could tell you one thing is to my nose. All right, I will tell you in the opening. Let me go ahead and show you the sprayer first. Okay, so not the greatest atomizer, but you can't expect too much for a $3 fragrance. So as far as like this one, I would say this is the furthest from the Creed Aventus DNA of all of my, I'll say all the other clones. And this is definitely the furthest from it. It's $3. Does it smell like Aventus ish? If you know Aventus, this one, even in the air, you'll be able to tell that this is not the original Aventus. This is pretty much an fragrance that is trying to be Aventus, but it's not there. So, but they actually made a couple of these from that house that were actually pretty good. Smell pretty close to the original, and they actually lasted for $3. That wasn't too bad. So I did pick up every single one of them, whether it was good or not, because I think it cost me $12 for every single one of them. So, I mean, you can't even, most of the time, you can't even get a Latafa fragrance for that. So as far as the Aventus, I'm going to make sure the spray is not facing my eyes, and I'm going to spray that one for you. Okay. So this one is Creed Aventus. So you get that pineapple, that birch that comes out of it. It does, to me, the original Aventus always has a little bit of that, I'll say that vinegar scent to it. It's not really a terrible vinegar, but I do pick it up in the original Aventus. I don't know why. It's not just my bottle. It is every single one that I smell. So I don't know. It's something inside the Aventus that does that to my nose. But I can smell what the fragrance is supposed to be. And I can tell you, Aventus, beautiful fragrance. It is a little overplayed out because a lot of people have copied it and everything like that, but it is a little bit overplayed out. So let me go ahead and put these down real quick. And let's go to the dry down. So I have here, I have Aventuro and I have Aventus. So let me go ahead, and I did not smell these yet. So let me go ahead and go through and let you know what I think of the difference on the dry down. Okay. All right. So on dry down, I can tell you one thing. This one is completely gone. So I do not have a dry down. So I just smelled just paper. On here, I do get that pineapple, and I get the birch out of it, but it's mostly, it's really more of the birch is now sticking out more than the pineapple. The pineapple is really dialed down a little bit more, a good amount, and now you get pretty much the birch. So this is the original Aventus. So if you guys have tried Aventus, you're probably looking at it. You've probably smelled it somewhere or smelled a dupe of it. So you know what it smells like. So I don't need to go through all the facets of it, but it is pretty much difference between the two is this one is completely gone in 45 minutes. You don't get anything out of it, and Aventus is still there. So let's move on to the next fragrance. All right, so next least expensive fragrance that is duping Creed Aventus is from the house of Camara. This one is Eldorado. So if you guys ever tried this one, you know what's coming. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but you know what's coming if you've ever tried it or you own Eldorado Avenue. You know what's coming. Now, Eldorado Avenue is from the house of Camara. This one, I picked this one up. I think it was $16.99. I got this at TJ Maxx. So it's TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Now they are pretty much, I don't think you find these anymore because they came through and they were gone, but you can still find those online. But it was $16.99, so that's how much I paid for it. This is an eau de parfum concentration, and it is 100 ml, 3.4 ounce. So pretty much almost the same thing as Creed Aventus. Aventus is technically not 3.4 ounce. It's actually 3.33, if you can see it right there, 3.33 ounce. All right, and this one is 3.4 ounce. So they kind of shorten you out a little bit on it, but that's what you come with the Aventus. So let me put the Aventus down. You already seen that one, and I'll go ahead and spray Eldorado in the air so you can see the atomizer. Ooh, whew, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful atomizer. See, Creed, you need to take a page off their book. That pressurized atomizer always stands out. So in the air, you definitely do get that Creed Aventus DNA through and through. This one is, to me, it's a little bit more, I get a little bit more of the citrus to it. So this one, it kind of leans a little bit more towards, it's kind of like a cross between, you have Aventus and Aventus Cologne. That's what I get out of this one. It's like if you do have the pineapple in there, but you have some citrus in there too, that does punch out out there, and you have that nice burst. This one is a beautiful rendition of Aventus, and I actually think that the opening of this one is a little bit better than Aventus to me, just because it does have that citrus. So I do like Aventus Cologne a little bit more than Aventus. It's not too big of a change of a fragrance, but I do like Aventus Cologne a little bit more. So this leaning a little bit towards Aventus Cologne is a plus to me. So if you do like Aventus Cologne better, and then this will be probably something that you would probably lean or gravitate towards more than Aventus. So let me go ahead and put Eldorado Avenue down and grab the dry downs. So back again, I have Aventus on this side, Eldorado Avenue on this side. So let's go ahead and see the difference. So Eldorado first. Okay, so on the dry down, they are very close. Now they're not 100% similar. With Eldorado Avenue, you do get more of the opening is kind of still there. You get some of that, more of the citrus and everything, more of that pineapple is still there in the opening. So the scent profile that you get from Aventus when you first spray it on, it's pretty much more of a, it stays a little bit more linear. With that one, it does dry down. It does like dial down a little bit, but it just keeps the fruit of Aventus there a little bit more than the Aventus itself. So with Aventus, I do smell it, but it's more of the wood that I get with Aventus. It is a little bit woodier. This one, you do get the woodiness of the Aventus, but the fruits are still more present than on Aventus. So it's not extremely far away from it. So it is so close that if you were to wear it, most people would not be able to tell the difference as far as like in the air, because it smells like Aventus, like pretty much Aventus itself, but it's just that it doesn't go into the full dry down of Aventus. It just maintains it probably halfway through of the dry down of Aventus. So Eldorado Avenue definitely gets a pass from me. So let's put this one away. All right, next is going to be from the House of Banana Republic, and this one is Black Walnut Legend. So if you guys are rack store hunting and everything like that, you'll find these at the rack stores. Banana Republics usually go, they go for $19.99. Sometimes you might be able to find these on discounts. I found a few Banana Republics that I picked up for like $8-9 and everything on discount. They were red labeled and everything, and I gifted a couple of them and all that because I already had the full set, so I don't need another set of them. But I did gift them because they were actually pretty good fragrances. So this one right here is I believe it's an Eau de Toilette concentration, if I can see properly. Yeah, this is an Eau de Toilette concentration, and I think this is 100 ml also. It is hard to read this label because it's so tiny, and they made it clear for some weird reason. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's 100 ml. But yeah, so this is supposed to be Banana Republic's take on Creed Aventus. It is a nice looking bottle and all that stuff. I know that they had on some of the older ones, they had the metal cap. This was plastic cap. It doesn't really bother me. But let's go ahead and see the atomizer. Okay, it's okay, atomizer. All right, so with this one, I can tell you that in the opening, it is probably, I'll say, about 80% Aventus. So what you get in the opening is the fruitiness of Aventus, as far as the way the pineapple stands out. It doesn't stand out as hard as Aventus does. So this one is like if it's going almost opening up into partial dry down, as far as it takes away some of that pineapple from Aventus, and that fruitiness that you get in Aventus, the sweetness from Aventus is not as strong in Black Walnut Legend than it is in the original Aventus. Now it does give you the Creed Aventus DNA. So if you want the Aventus DNA for a like under 20 bucks, this is actually good for that. Now, one thing I will say with this one is that I have worn this one a few times, the performance is not there. So this is one of those fragrances that if you wear it, just make sure that it's something that you're going to go to an event or do something that's going to last you no more than an hour, hour and a half, because after that, this is pretty much, I don't even think it's really much of a skin scent. It is almost gone at that point. So if you want something that lasts much longer, you might want to get something different. But as far as the scent profile, it's about 80% Aventus, and but the longevity is not there. So let me put this one down and let's go through the dry down. This side Aventus and this side Black Walnut Legend. So I'm going to start Black Walnut Legend first. Okay, so like I said, with this one, it is almost gone. So it's been 45 minutes since I sprayed it. It's probably a little bit longer now, probably like 50 minutes because of the video, but it's pretty much almost gone. So I just get a little bit of the birch. I get almost no pineapple out of it. This one is just something that if you're gonna wear it for a quick occasion, like let's say you're going to like a interview or something like that, and you want something that is inexpensive that you can spritz on you like in the car or right before you get in there, this will do the job for it. But if you're trying to get something that's a little bit more long lasting, I would say probably go for something different. Definitely something like Eldorado Avenue is a much better choice on that, because Eldorado Avenue actually does last. So that one to me lasts pretty much as long as Aventus and probably a little bit more. So if you want something that is gonna last a little bit longer, Eldorado Avenue is a little bit cheaper. I don't know what you can find it online, but if you want something that just gives you a short little period of time, then you can get Black Walnut Legend. All right, next up, this is actually a house that I appreciate a lot, and they make very, very good fragrances. And this one is actually one of the early pickups that I got. So I will not say, I know that they went through, I think 2 or 3 different batches, different types of batches that they reformulated to get closer to Aventus. I have smelled the latest batch, and I can tell you that it is absolutely very, very close to Aventus, and it does last, I'll say, about an hour longer than Aventus itself. But I have the first batch, and that's what I'm going to keep because I do kind of enjoy this one. And this one is from the house of Mod Fragrance, and this one is Achiever. If you can focus, there we go. All right, so this one is a 50 ml 1.7 ounce, and this one is an extrait de Parfum. So it is going to last longer than Aventus itself. Like this one does last just like the new iteration of it. It was lasts about hour and a half longer than Aventus. But as far as the opening, let me go ahead and spray it for you. So, ooh, I almost sprayed myself in the eyes. Okay, good sprayers. So this one is not a pressurized atomizer, but the newer bottles that come out, they look pretty much like this right here. These are going to be pressurized. So if you get any of the Mod fragrances, they're gonna come with a pressurized atomizer. better bottle and all that stuff. So still gonna be the same size, but pressurized atomizer. So now in the air, I can tell you that this one is it is, I'll give it about 85% Aventus. Now, like I said, the new ones is extremely close. I have tested them side by side. So it is extremely close. I just don't feel like getting the new one because I still have this bottle. Whenever I finish it, I'll get a new bottle. But as for right now, this is good enough because 85%, it is good enough that nobody outside of having it side by side will be able to tell the difference. And this one is actually a very good longer lasting fragrance. Now on the dry down, this one does get the birch of the Aventus pretty well. And put this one down. I've worn this one so many times I know it off the top of my head, but let me go ahead and put it head to head, which is, now we still have Aventus on this side and Achiever on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Achiever first. So on the dry down, Achiever gives me more of the wood, and it takes away some of the, because I can still smell the pineapple of Aventus in this one. The pineapple is still somewhat there. On Achiever, it is completely gone. Now on the new one, it is much closer, even on the dry down. But on my version, this is what I'm getting. So that's why I'm letting you know what I get on my version compared to the new one. So you're not going to get the older batch, those are gone. You will get the new one. So I got privy because I was there when they first opened up. I think it was like within a month or two that they opened up. I was buying stuff from them, and I have so many things. So I still have some of the old batches and some of the new stuff because they've got to the point, like I bought so much stuff from them. They gave me some of the new stuff, the old ones that I had and everything, just so that way I can have the updated stuff and everything like that. So they've been pretty nice to me on that part. But I'm not getting paid from them, just letting you know. I'm not affiliated. It's just a house that I really do appreciate. So yeah, so it is still definitely there. So you still get the Aventus DNA, and it's just that you get more of the wood on my bottle. On the newer one, you're going to be a lot closer. I'm talking about like exceptionally close, like almost 95% closer. It is a little bit stronger on the newer bottle as far as like when you spray it, because Aventus is a eau de parfum concentration. This one's like straight de parfum, and it does blast a little bit stronger. So what you can do is just dial down your sprays, and you'll be able to get pretty much the exact same thing that Aventus is doing with the newer bottle. But this one is actually pretty nice. I really do enjoy that one. So let me put this one down, and let's move on to the final one. Now, full disclaimer, this one was sent to me for free, but I'm going to tell you the truth about this fragrance. And I was not paid for this one. It was just sent to me for free, and they gave me the full permission. Well, it's not giving me full permission because I told them I was not going, don't even bother sending me the fragrance if I cannot tell you guys the truth, if I like them or not. So this one is from the house of the Clone, and this one is Thunderstorm. Let's see if you can see that one. Come on. Thunderstorm, number 93. All right. So this one is also a straight de parfum, 1.7 ounce. So it is the same size as the mod fragrance, as a 50 ml. So this one right here, I actually have worn this one quite a lot. You can see right here. And crazy thing is, I've had this for probably 3 weeks only, and I went through that much of it in 3 weeks. So that's got to tell you something. I like it. It smells real good. So as far as the opening, let me go ahead and spray it for you. All right, let me show you the atomizer. Ooh, man, best atomizer in the business. All right, so in the opening, it is definitely Creed Aventus, but it is not, I'm not going to say it is 100% Aventus. You do get more of the fruit and the citrus out of it. So this one is like if it's supposed to be Aventus, but I get a little bit more Aventus cologne out of it than regular Aventus. So I do have the Aventus in there, but I would say it's like if they took 30% Aventus, 70% Aventus cologne. That's what I get out of this one. Now, the scent profile on this one is much richer. It's like if they use a heavier oil in there. It is an extrait of Parfum, so it is a little much richer and everything like that. But I can tell you that I actually like it better than Aventus. So I do like Aventus cologne better, but it's not about that. It's more of the way they put this fragrance together. Now with this one is that you get the fruits that comes out of it much stronger than Aventus itself. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray Aventus in the air again just so I can remind myself. Yeah, so this one is pretty much like I said, Aventus, but it is a little bit richer. It's a richer Aventus. It's like it's not like if the DNA is off. It's not that. It is just a stronger, richer Aventus that you get out of it. Now, the longevity of this one is like extremely amazing. I get probably about 6 hours out of it. So it does last a very, very long time. The only one I would say that is close to this is the mod. They both are pretty much head to head as far as like longevity and everything like that. So the mod one is, if you want straight Aventus, get the mod. That is going to be the pure Aventus. If you want something that's cross between Aventus and Aventus cologne, but it smells absolutely amazing, then the clone is a great take to it. So this one is, I would say this is probably out of all of the Aventus clones that I have, this is probably my favorite so far. This would be, I'll say, well, this will be probably number 2. As you can tell, I mean, I've used quite a lot of it, but I've had this one for about a year, and this one I've had it for about 3 weeks. So this is how much I've been wearing this one because it's just so good. Next one I'll say that is very, very good is Eldorado. So don't sleep on this one. The rest of them, you can definitely pass on those. It's not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and do the dry down. So we have Aventus again on this side and Thunderstorm on this side. So let's go Thunderstorm first. Okay, so on the dry down, I can tell you one thing: Thunderstorm is actually closer to Aventus than all the rest of them. So in the opening, it is more of a Aventus cologne and Aventus together, but on the dry down, it is actually very, very close to Aventus. So if you want something that's real close to Aventus, you can do either Thunderstorm. Now I do know Mod has the newer version of it. I haven't really tested the dry down of that one too much because it is just, I had a sample of it, so I don't have the full bottle to wear it that much. But I will say that Thunderstorm is a very, very good fragrance for that one. They did give me a discount code for them, so if you are interested in purchasing Thunderstorm, I will put it down in the description so you can get that discount code. I think they give you it's like 15% off or something like that. So if you want to pick this one up or any of the clone fragrances, definitely try them out and see, because they are actually pretty good. So I have 6 of them. I'll say 4 of them came out pretty good. 2 of them are a little bit not as cloney as they're supposed to be, but I'm going to let those sit a little bit and see if that will solve that. But if not, I'm gonna let you guys know. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and please stay tuned for part 2 where I tell you the other Aventus style fragrances. So now these are not clones of Creed Aventus, they just take the DNA and do their own thing. So I will let you know the other Aventus style fragrances. I do have one which is a flanker of Aventus, which is the original Creed, but it's a flanker Aventus. So I will be going over that one too. But guys, please, thank you for watching the video. Please do me a favor. This is a very, very small channel, and I would really love if you could help me out and help this channel grow. So if you could please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up for me for the video, and if you can leave me a comment, let me know which one is your favorite of the Creed Aventus fragrances, and if there's anything that you guys would like for me to review. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video, and please stay tuned for part 2, and I will see you on the next one.